Hi, and welcome to this AI in C# on Microsoft Agent Framework. Today we're going to look into two topics, OpenTelemetry and .NET Aspire dashboards. So OpenTelemetry being the system where we can log what our agents are doing, and Aspire dashboards is .NET's way of handling multiple projects at the same time in an easier manner. And setting up middleware like OpenTelemetry are, and then also have a dashboard that can display this OpenTelemetry. So if you are into OpenTelemetry and AI and you're building websites and stuff, this might be a very good video for you. Personally, I don't use Aspire myself, so I'm kind of noob at it. So you might see that I have not done it the correct ways. If so, tell me in the comments and I will try to change the example to the better. But the sample is here. It's called Aspire here, and it's built up of the normal tree projects, or minimal tree projects, as you can say, with the app host, the Surface defaults, and in my case, a website with Blazor server. So let's run it and see it first, and then we will go into the code. So when we run the app host, the Aspire dashboard starts up, and it can start our website. And in here we can just made a small Q&A system for AI. So if I say hi, it will come back and answer me. So nothing special up here, and we're not here to learn Aspire. We're not here to learn Blazor. We're here to learn how the AI can interact with the two. Because now we made a request response to an AI, and that has been logged using the tracing system. So what we can do is we can go down into traces here, and everything is logged here. But luckily, as in OpenTelemetry, there's a general thing for generative AI. We can just filter over here so we can see the actual call and what we know about it. So we can see it was some JSON started it out because of Blazor. And then we have our invoke agent, which is my Blazor agent, and we see a post call to my Azure OpenAI account up here. And that one is just HTTP. We don't get anything special about what that is. And the top one is just back and forward.net. But the middle one here is the interesting one. And what we can see here, if you've seen the other video, is we can see these gen_AI entries here. And we can begin to go in and check every value. But the nice thing about the dashboard is they have put in this little button where they render the details for you. So you don't need to go in. It's a little lacking in my book. It shows only tokens in this way instead of showing input and output tokens in one go, because output tokens are like 10 times more expensive. So it's a little annoying that they do it like this. But that's a matter of opinion. But we can see the input and the output for each call. Details and all the things we can also see when we log it to a console or to application insights, and we can go into the users call and the agents call, and had there been tools they would probably also be showing up here. So it's fairly simple to have it running up here. So let's see what it requires in order to do this. So you just need to build a new project. And when you build your project, you need to enlist it in .NET Aspire orchestration. That was what I did. Then I went to my homepage here and did an input button and a input entry and a button. and had a question and an answer. And then I'm injecting an agent that comes from the service defaults. So I'm just doing a dependency injection of the agent. I probably wouldn't do this in real life this way, but for the simplicity's sake, I'm doing it like this, so it's easy for us to see. And then I'm just doing the normal run async, so nothing special here. Where the interesting parts are is down in service defaults. And here, down here, I have added this piece of code, which is the normal stuff of newing up an agent. And I'm just using as builder, which use OpenTelemetry with my name, and if I want to have sensitive data or not. So sensitive data being the messages themselves or not. And then I'm building a singleton of that agent. Had it not been like that, we would probably have made the agent directly up in Blazor, and we could still have done that and just tell that use OpenTelemetry with this source. Because further down in this, there is configure OpenTelemetry. This is out of the box that comes. And the only thing I have added down here is an add source of my agent source, which was this one up here. And that is everything that needs to be done in order for this to be hooked up. We don't need the exporters ourselves and anything, because that's all part of the Aspire dashboards. So it's fairly easy to set up, and if you care about this information, then you get them easy. You can of course also just add your tracing.add as your monitor source here, so it will also log to application insights if you want to, or you could set up the console so it came out in the console here as well. So that is actually everything. Nothing more to it to set up, and fairly easy, but again, there's a lot more in what OpenTelemetry is and can do, and add metrics and stuff. But this is the basics to get you going. So with that, see you in the next one.